get right. Let's get right. Let's get right. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Dilla T. And this is No Filters. Always appreciate you hitting that like button for me. Subscribing to the channel so you don't miss an episode. And sharing this with the world. And of course, family, when you come in, get comfortable. Get you something to eat. Get you something to drink. Get you something to smoke if that's what you do. Because you see the title, fam. What? Let's get into this here.
Ohio, California. I arrived to California and I come to I find
on the wall in the building, roof in the building, I see you.
My child.
There's a lot going on, but I'm in the building. You already know what it is.
Are playing house together. Find out my mother and my cousin, two people who abused me as a child, are playing house together. Out of pretend child. How long does it take that to enter the world of mental turmoil? When they get old enough to realize the person they thought was their daddy, technically they could.
Oh, he said something with you. What did he do?
I'm a grown man saying he abused me.
Sexually?
How long can you hold on to it? Seeing the person that did fucking TV in movies.
Were you in a car accident? Because
Cincinnati, Ohio to California. I arrived to California and I to my brother's home. Fine. My two abusers, my two childhood abusers.
Hold on, fam. Hit that like button, subscribe. Hold up, fam. Let's get some order here. Something ain't right. They trying to hate on me, but they can't hold me. They trying to hate on me, but they can't hold me, fam. They try to hate on me, but they can't hold me, fam. Let's get some order in here. You know you in here with your boy Dilla T and my family, man. You know this is No Filters. Hit that like button, subscribe, and we gonna cook regardless. You see what's going on. I got something for you today. This terrible. This boy Katt Williams. Yeah, Katt Williams. This is family talking about him now. Let's get some order here. This crazy. It's like we understand what's going on here. Hit that like button, subscribe, family, become a member. Let's go.
You in this time, from Ohio.
All right, you guys. So, TV, like, subscribe, y'all tap on in. Appreciate everybody joining the stream. Shout out to Alexa with a $100 donation to the Cash App last night. Also, salute to Jennifer Menzies. I think you sent an $8 donation. You can't do the first donation. Appreciate that. Look, let's get right into this, you guys. Like, share, subscribe. Y'all come on in the building. So, the man who basically set off this whole thing where he spoke about how everybody was going to get exposed and how everything was going to be brought to light. And I knew this was going to happen at some point in time because normally when you are the one that's putting things on blast, somebody's going to try to come back with something. The thing is, Katt Williams hit with our family. So I know this one is close. Now, for you guys who don't know what's going on, Katt Williams' brother, I believe, has come out, damning out against him. And I'm gonna let you guys know exactly what he is alleging. Now, Steve Williams, who's the brother of Katt Williams, and let's get this to the absolute point of where I want to start. You know, Katt Williams' younger brother, Steve Williams, has now come with serious allegations against Katt. You know, basically, in an interview he did with Tasha K. Now, the interview premiered today and has been described as extremely due to its content. Now, Steve Williams, one of Katt's two younger siblings, whose identities have been largely kept private until now, claims that the accusation of family issues and are detailed as following. Now, 1, sexual abuse and exploitation. Now, Steve alleges that Katt Williams engaged in sexual abuse and exploitation within the family, comparing the severity to true R. Kelly-ish. Now, specific details includes claims of inappropriate sex conduct involving the MINORSs and family members. Potentially leading criminal charges like sex crimes if substantiated.
We feel you, Mona. We with you. Definitely praying for you.
Facing a lengthy prison sentence. Also, he's accused Katt Williams of family betrayal and cover-ups. He accused Katt of using his fame and resources to silence family members, including attempts to discredit and financially pressure them into silence. Now, he positions himself as speaking out to drop a major bomb after years of unresolved trauma, implying that Katt Williams has hidden these behaviors behind his public persona as a Hollywood whistleblower. Let's keep going as y'all come on in the building. Salute to everybody who's tapped on in. Appreciate all y'all coming in. It's like y'all coming in. Now, apparently these claims have went crazy all over social media online, where you have a lot of people calling this a setup to undermine Katt Williams' recent episodes that basically went off on figures like Diddy and Harvey Weinstein and all these other guys. As of today, you know, Katt has not publicly responded to these specific allegations from his brother, and no formal legal charges have been filed based off Steve's interview, but it amplifies calls for an investigation. Now, Katt, whose real name is Michael Williams, he has spoken openly in the past about his upbringing, a strict Jehovah's Witness household in Cincinnati, Indiana, where he left home at age 13 after family conflicts over his independence. Now, he has 2 younger brothers, but rarely discussed them publicly. His father was reportedly involved with the Black Panther Party, and Katt has described a strained relationship with his parents due to his religious preferences. Now, basically, again, his younger brother Steve, right, whose identity has largely been private until now, has described the claims as rooted in long-standing family trauma again. You know what I'm saying? From their childhood in a strict Jehovah's Witness household in Cincinnati and Dayton, Ohio. Now, he basically claimed that Katt Williams, and y'all smash the like button, share, and hit the and subscribe to the channel as y'all come on in. He basically claimed that Katt Williams engaged in inappropriate sexual conduct, again, with minors within the family, including acts of molestation and exploitation during their youth, right? He described instances where he allegedly used his position as the eldest sibling to coerce or manipulate younger relatives, framing it as a pattern of abuse that went unaddressed due to family religious dynamics and fear of scandal. Now also, and y'all smash the like button, share this video as y'all come on in here. Also, yeah, I see y'all in the comment section. You can to high profile cases like I told y'all. Steve Williams, Katt's brother, explicitly likened the severity to, you know, the R. Kelly situation, and basically referred, you know, R. Kelly's documented history of, you know, sexual abuse to the minors, you know, and his convictions of that. Now, he alleged that Katt's actions involved grooming and repeated violations, potentially qualifying as felony sex crimes if proven, and could lead to a lengthy prison sentence, right? 10 to 25 years under Ohio or federal statutes for aggravated sexual abuse of a minor. Now, covers up and intimidation again. He claims that beyond the abuse.
Hold up. Hit that like button, subscribe right now. Double tap that screen, become a member right now. Why Katt Williams' brother talking about him dealing with people underage? Dealing with sexual assault? Why is his brother? This is brother. Yeah. Why is his brother? Shout out to Smith with the $2 donation in the super chat. You know what it is, fam. It's love. Why would his brother? You already know what it is, Theo, man. I'm just hanging in there, fam. We just keeping it going day by day. Nothing stopping step by step. You feel what I'm saying? In the same way, that's why I keep pulling up here with my family. Here at No Filters. Because knowing that it's just us, fam, it matters just to know to look forward to what we got here. You know what I mean? Regardless of what's going on outside of this thing. It just look forward to just come here to this house. No Filters house. You know what I'm saying, Theo, man? So that's what we rocking on right now. So when you say what I'm doing, how I'm doing, I'm straight, fam, because I'm here. That's how I'm doing. I'm straight because I'm here. Mona in here. Theo in here. You know what I'm saying? Like Ruth was in the building early. Mona pulled up, Lord. That's the thing. I'm straight because I'm here with y'all, fam. Feel me? Yeah. Like, you don't know what the day been about, what the week has brought, what has been what. Nikki Love in the building. You already know what it is, Nikki. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm here, fam. I don't know what nobody house look, but we all know what No Filters house look. So I'm straight, my G. I appreciate you asking, my dog, straight up. Asking me how I'm not doing tonight. I'm trying to see how everybody doing tonight. Let me know how you're doing tonight. Shout out to Theo kicking it off in the house in the chat. Let me know how you're doing tonight, fam. I'ma wait on you. I'll wait. Let me know how you're doing tonight. Checking in with family here. Nikki Love in the building. Mona in the building. Serenity Pity Wonders in the building. Theo Sacco in the building. You already know he already put all the war, my jaw, my G. You already know my dog in the building. Smith, I appreciate the early love with the donation. Yes, man, in the building. Robert, what's up with you, fam? In the building. Marvin Horsley in the building. My child of Yah in the building. Tanya. I ain't seen you in a minute. Tanya Robinson, how you be, family? GA Peach Session. Georgia Peach Session in the building, pulling in. Let me know what y'all doing, fam. Because you see what I'm doing. Former in the building. I see you, fam. I appreciate you pulling up. Ragoon Blue, what's up, my G? Pulling up in the building. Let me know what you're doing, man. What the levels is, how it is, the way it's going for you. You feel me? Let me know, man. But right now, Katt Williams, he cooked. Because what he did, he went on Shannon Sharp, talked about everybody and their mama. And now this man got a brother coming out talking about what he been doing, paying the family off to be quiet. What's going on with that? Let's go.
He says that Katt used his celebrity status and wealth post-fame to silence the victims, including financial payoffs, threats, and attempts to discredit family members through legal or media channels. Now, he claimed that Katt Williams has hidden behind his adopted children, 7 in total, and public image as a protector of Black artists to deflect his own personal accountability. Now, Steve emphasized that these revelations were triggering and motivated by the desire for justice, stating that he held this in for decades, but felt compelled to speak after Katt's going public exposés on Club Shay Shay, and then him criticizing figures like Diddy when he claims that Katt Williams was, doing this type of stuff as well. Now, basically, they did a 90-minute episode, right? They basically did a 90-minute episode, you guys, where it was just all out raw, basically, on the episode. And it was emotional, right? He broke down crying at points while sharing, some things with Tasha K about this situation. And so you already know how Katt's gonna be coming at Tasha K, the brother, for this interview. Now he did not provide exact dates, but he implied the abuses occurred in the 1970s, 1980s during Katt's adolescence. Now Katt was born in 1971. So he tied this to age 13 amid family conflicts, suggesting it was a break.
Tell him, Rue.
So,
tell him, Rue.
Right now, not anything that's been proven. These are all his personal allegations that he's come out against Katt Williams. You know what I mean?
Now, shout out to Nikki Love bringing up a great point. Shout out to Nikki Love bringing up a great point. Hit that like button, subscribe, become a member right now. Why? Because we cooking. Now, you don't get to talk about the entire industry and not be a part of it. Let me say that again for the people in the back that think that's a game. You cannot discuss the entire industry publicly like that. And you are a celebrity figure and think you ain't a part of it to get that off. What? You thought you were finna sit on Shannon Sharp, break the internet, and we don't think you already... Think about this for a minute. You remember when Katt Williams was doing that little rant about they trying to kill me, get me locked up, or they did this and doing that, after he had an interview where he had a little bow tie on, and he sitting there steady talking about the elite, and he talking about all these people, and these people putting on this, and these type of people doing that, then all of a sudden he locked up. They talking about he got a case for this, he got a case for that, he got a case for this, he got a case for that. Y'all remember that, don't you? Yeah. Stop playing. He told you then who he was dealing with then, and how he was disobedient against the will of those people. And then all of a sudden, he's somewhere, put up somewhere, talking about somebody want to hurt me. So don't sit up in here, Katt Williams, and act like we didn't think you was already down with him. We know you with him. You was with him and went against him, and they tapped you. Yeah, chastised you real quick. Then you got in line. Then all of a sudden, you back outside. You doing another stand-up thing on Netflix. You walking around talking all articulate. Like don't nobody know what you talking about or like it make sense. Boy, you better shut it up in here. We know who you was. You better read what Mona just said. We know who you was. Doing all that quacking on Shannon Sharp, just quacking away all that quacking. Just quacking away. But we knew who you was when you said you was disobedient and they tried to hurt you. So we knew you was already with them. Why? Because you told us you went into a room and seen Doctor and you was at a party. You remember that stand-up? Tell me you remember that, fam. Oh, don't forget. Remember that, fam? Remember that stand-up comedy episode where the man talking about he went into a party and these celebrity parties and you be seeing people at this party and they doing this at the party? So we know he know. I never felt like he wasn't a duck. I just thought in my head like this boy got some kahunas to say all of that about them people and still be out here making movies or making stand-up tours. He doing stand-up comedy tours. And ain't nobody touching a hair on his head. So yeah, we know you signed up. You with them folk. You ain't out here being able to talk about them like that. And you ain't getting a free pass to go to your next damn show. We ain't stupid, boy. So when I heard this right here, I know he definitely think we got to be stupid or something. Cause cause over here we don't rate on the headline. We read in between the lines, and now that the headline is out, we read in between the lines and we see what it is clearly. Katt Williams been down, gonna be down, gonna always stay down. We know what it is, but now your business out. And your family put it out there. So now this the question. Is his brother telling the truth? Or is he just talking? Is he just trying to get rich? Or has he really have to keep the secret of what Katt Williams been doing their whole life? Because don't forget that man said, oh my God, we had to be quiet. He paid us off to be quiet about who he was dealing with. And while he walk around talking about Diddy and them, they talking about he one of them. I want to know what you think right now, fam. Is this really him? Or is this people trying to get a payday? Hit that like button, subscribe. Become a member right now. What? Cooking.
And so none of these allegations have been proven against Katt Williams. And we haven't seen anything as far as his family members or anybody come out and speak out about this outside of Steve, but Steve is getting a lot of traction on this. He's getting a lot of traction. Now, my thoughts, Katt Williams, shout out to Dana and the Cash App coming through with a $50 donation. She says, don't believe it, they want Katt bad, ticket. Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying. A lot of people are saying, and shout out to you, Dana, a lot of people are saying that Katt, they want Katt for exposing the industry. So they're saying they want, that's the reason why they want Katt Williams, is because he came out and did that Club Shay Shay interview, and now all those, you know, people he was talking about were heated at Katt this whole time because he blew up a whole lot of stuff as far as, you know, alleged things they had going on. And so you think after Katt did that interview, a lot of people started getting investigated. Like a lot of shit started going down. Like it really blew up a lot of stuff in the industry. You know what I'm saying? Jamel, salute to you. And the Cash App with the donation this morning. I appreciate it. She says, don't believe it. Okay, salute to you. You know, listen, I'm gonna say it like this. I don't know Katt, brother, and I personally don't know Katt Williams. So I'm like I said before, man, you gotta take a standpoint to where you sit back and you say, hold on, let me analyze everything, because he didn't have no evidence. That's the thing, like he didn't come out with no receipts. This is just based off his word. So do I know his word credible or not? No, I don't know him. I don't know him. I don't know Katt. I just know what we've seen of Katt. And I know that Katt came out and exposed and blew up the industry. And I know that after he said what he said on Club Shay Shay, a lot of people started getting jammed up. You know what I'm saying? It's like exactly what he said happened. And then I saw a lot of people getting mad at Katt. A lot of people was mad at Katt about his interview on Club Shay Shay. And then a lot of people got mad at Shannon Sharp for letting Katt do the interview and say that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So when you saw how many people got upset based off that, the platform was already set. You already knew people was coming for Katt. Mm-hmm. The platform was already set. You know what I mean? So, and then you had some people, hey, shout out to Marvin. Marvin Jenkins, salute to you, brother, in the Cash App with a donation. He says, look at Katt record, ticket is not clean.
Shout out to you, Roof. You already know what it is. Stand on business, how we doing it.
Well,
congrats,
true.
man.
Katt has had arrests in the past and stuff like that. I never heard anything
truly a
Katt
blessing,
about
Roof.
A sex-related crime. I've heard things about, you know, just assault and things like that with Katt in the past. I'll have to look that up real good. You know? But obviously, something's triggered his brother to come out now. Because why come out now? If you're his brother, why wait all this time, even after he did that interview in Club Shay? Why now? Because see, like, I'm gonna say this, right? And I'm not saying his brother's lying, I'm just saying, why now? And here's another thing I'm gonna say to y'all, right? Remember this, y'all, and everybody gotta remember this part I'm about to tell y'all right now. It seems like they've been coming for Katt lately because remember this whole thing with the comedian getting unalived. And they tried to put that on Katt, right? Didn't look like that was gonna stick though. They just came out and tried to put that on Katt with the other comedian. R.I.P. to the brother.
I just got enlightened right now. Thank the Lord. I just got enlightened right now. So you gotta understand, when you in with them people sent Katt Williams to Shannon Sharp. They sent Katt Williams to Shannon Sharp to do what he did. Let me bring y'all in. Come here, come close. Understand what I'm saying right now. Hear me. This is how we become understood before we don't understand. This is how we become understood before we understand. Okay? Come close. There was no way we seen that coming. Okay? We definitely didn't, right? But for him to step into a position and use Shannon Sharp's platform to say what he said in the way he said it and the way we accepted it was strategically brilliant. Think about it. Katt Williams and because think about it. Look how we all look at it. Right now, we all believed everything Katt Williams said. That's how I know what they did was so brilliant. Because it worked. We all believed it. Why? Because now that we hear this about Katt, we look back at that interview and say, wow, everything he said was true. But if he's already involved with the people, how would he not know what's going to happen or what's going to come out and be exposed? How did he not come out and say all these big private part deviant brothers will be exposed? What happened? Diddy, Kanye West, Jay-Z. Who else? Who else? It's the fact that he said it. And that's exactly what's happened. I'm telling you, Nikki, TD Jakes. Who else? Producer with the football field production. What's his name? That played Medea. I mean, they knew what they was doing. Sent Katt, put him on Shannon Sharp, and put it out there. Now all of a sudden it's coming to pass. All of them exposed for all of the same thing. Tyler Perry, you ain't lying. All of them. And he said, you got to tell Diddy no. Remember he said that? You got to tell Diddy no, he don't want to party. You got to tell him no. He'll think you... I mean, he was saying that. And look what happened to Diddy. So let's not play stupid like that. They sent that man to tell us what's going on. They sent that man to put it out there. Best thing and funny thing they always do. They always exploit what they're going to do. They always put it out there to the public on what they're going to do, in the manner they're going to do it. Jay-Z, before all of the music videos started turning black and showing all this demonic stuff, videos was regular videos. People putting on regular clothes, regular stuff. Think about them songs like Ja Rule and all of them, Ashanti and them, when they had all of them songs. All of them songs back in them days when Nelly was out, everybody was hitting. Those was regular folk wearing regular clothes, wearing, doing regular stuff in the videos, looking regular, normal, cars, women, everything regular. Then all of a sudden, Jay-Z make a death of auto-tune that shuts down T-Pain, because T-Pain was the one going crazy at the time. He shuts down T-Pain and say death of auto-tune. Then he said, I might wear black for 5 years straight. On my mama, when he said that, that's when the music industry went black. 5 years straight, plus. See, a lot of y'all didn't do your research. That really happened. But I'm telling you that because he said that publicly to us. They sent him to let us know that. It was the age of a new age. It was the dawn of a new time for what's about to come. And ever since then, everything has been black in music videos. Everything has been demonic. Demonic stuff has been put out so much, so vividly now, like never before. So I'm telling you, when they speak and they make a move, they put it out there publicly to tell you, oh, we told you. Or we let you know. Or we put it in a movie. We let you know what was finna happen and the way it's happening. We showed you. We told you. So why was you mad when it went down? Y'all stupid because you didn't change your ways when you found out what was coming. That's the problem. That's what they're going to say. And now when I think about it, Katt Williams told us this, and now this is what's coming about for Katt Williams. Because at all times you must understand, there will always be a sacrifice of somebody. Somebody will stand and have to be a sacrificial lamb for whatever happens, whether that's death or whether that's humility. And whether that's being rewarded before the humiliation or being humiliated and being rewarded after. Regardless, it's a process. And that's what we're talking about tonight here. The process. I bring this news to you. We cooking these celebrities. We cooking real life people. We cooking every day we living. We here to bring light to darkness, inform, understand, and be aware that if it is, and if it look like it, and if it walk like it, you know what it is. We read in between the lines, not the headline. So you can't tell me that there's a process in all that happens, whether good or bad. It's always a process, fam. My brothers, my sisters, my fam, my partners, my friends. It's always a process, whether it's good or bad. No, without good, bad don't matter. Without bad, good don't feel good. Hear me? The process will always reward you either way. But if you don't go through the process, you will never get to the good part about whatever started. If it started bad, you won't get to the good. And if it started good, you better know bad is coming. So you can get through the process back to being good. Process. What is the process, fam? What's going on with you and how you live in your life and what's going on. We bring it in. We seeing ignorance daily. We hear it. But what is the process, fam, that's going on in this? We see how they doing him. We see how he doing us. But he accepts the process because he signed up for it. Hell, if you don't do nothing but respect him, he signed up for it. He's standing on business. He wants to go through the process. For whatever's on the other side for Katt Williams, whether that's riches, whether that's lust of the eye, lust of the flesh, pride of life, whether that's the fortunes, the fruits of his labor of the world, good or bad, he accepts the process. You can't sit in here and be talking all that talk and got all that mouth, and you ain't never went through a process in your damn life. Even if he's terrible and he's sad and he's bad, he signed up for who he with and for what he doing because he believe in the process. What is your process? What you believe in? You got to process, because right now, he's about to be processed in the system. Ha! Because if it's true that what his brother's saying, he done signed up for the wrong process. If it's true what his brother's saying, he about to be processed. You hear me? Brad in the building. You better hear me. What process you got going here? Is it good? Is it bad? What is the benefit of it? Are you following the process so you be great on the other end, on the other side? Because there's always going to be a rough journey, but you will come out on the other side if you follow the process, fam. It might start rough, but it's going to smooth out. It might start smooth, but know that it's about to get rough. Because that's going to put some skin on you. That's going to make you stronger for the next process, for the next reward, for the next journey. The process. You better hear me today, JC in the building. There's always a process to make you better. Always a process to get you through it. Always a process. But if you don't follow it, you'll find yourself without. You'll find yourself lost. You'll find yourself on what should I do? What direction? That's because you didn't follow the process, fam. Even if it looked terrible, you didn't follow it through. Stay with the process. Stay with it. Follow it through. See it to the end. Because trust me, you're somewhere in the future and you look much better than you do right now. Let me say it again. Follow the process. Because you're somewhere in the future and you look much better than you do right now. You hear me? Hit that like button, subscribe right now. You better become a member. We cooking.
Who lost his life, right? They tried to put that on Katt, like Katt orchestrated it or had something to do with that, and that didn't have no legs. So it seems like that Katt has made a lot of people upset with him in very high places. And the thing is, with Katt, he has so many other fans that was behind him. It was hard for a lot of these people to go against Katt because a lot of these people that was going against Katt, the fans was taking up for Katt. Like when y'all seen Steve Harvey and all these people going on, the fans taking up for Katt. The fans was taking up for Katt, right? They was taking up for Katt. Now here's the thing, right? Tasha K, it's gonna be hard to sue Tasha K because you can't really sue an interviewer for interviewing a person who brings forth allegations. You can try, but you'll have to prove that she had malice, and you'll have to prove she knowing Katt Williams' brother, knowing that he was lying. That's what you'll have to prove. See, y'all smash the like buttons, y'all come on here and get those likes up. That's what you'll have to prove. In this situation, I'm gonna say it again. You will have to prove, let me repeat myself, you will have to prove that Tasha K knowingly, let me repeat myself one more time, knowingly did this interview, know that Katt brother was lying. That's the only thing you sue Tasha K. That's how you see these guys we do all these interviews and it never amounts to nothing because you have to prove that you knew it was a lie, right? And you still ran the story knowing it was a lie. You have to prove that, right? Think about what I just said, right? So that's it comes in the tricky part for everybody. Keep talking about, oh, well, Tasha gonna get sued. Shit, it don't just happen like that. It don't just happen like that, y'all. It do not just happen like that. And I think everybody need to understand that it don't happen like that. This thing goes completely different. What do you mean, Ticket? I'm gonna say it again. If they go to try to sue Tasha, what's gonna happen is they're going to have to, and I'm gonna repeat myself again, prove that Tasha, with malice, knowing that these allegations were not true, ran with this story. Now, Tasha can just say, hey, I didn't know he was gonna say all this stuff during that interview. I knew he had some allegations, but I didn't know he was gonna say all this. And how can I know whether it's true or not? These are not my allegations.
Hit that like button, subscribe, family. We cooking.
He would be in line. He could sue his brother for defamatory statements. But it's going to be hard to file a lawsuit against the platform because unless you can 100% prove, right? That did, now, somebody said, didn't Cardi B sue her? Cardi B sued her because Tasha K said something directly about Cardi B. That's different than having a guest come on and do an interview. See, you got to know your stuff. When y'all come in here, shout out my boy Tommy Rosalie. See, the Cardi B situation was completely different because remember, and I'm gonna tell y'all why I know what I'm talking about. Remember what happened with what's the male comedian's name? Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart sued Tasha K for that interview that girl did, and Kevin Hart lost. You know why? His case got thrown out. He lost because he could not prove that Tasha K maliciously, right? That Tasha K did that interview knowing that that girl was lying on him. She lied. Right? So this is something that's huge. I think people got to look at as well. So when everybody says, "Oh, well, he just gonna sue Tasha K," that means Tasha K probably don't learn from that situation with Carter. I guarantee that she can go after that no more. I guarantee that, right? And so I don't think she does that at this point no more. I don't think she is that, to where she can make that type of move. I don't see it, right? I just don't see it, to be honest with y'all, completely honest. Okay? So that's how I feel about that situation, right? But yeah, man, Katt is up against it right now. They coming for him. Y'all can see they coming for him right now. They got their sights set on Katt Williams right now. And they definitely want smoke with Katt Williams. They definitely want smoke with Katt Williams. They definitely want smoke with Katt Williams. So his brother coming out saying this, now what that does is that's going to put a lot of shit in the air with Katt Williams. Because now you're going to, like I said, you're going to have people who believe it, you're going to have people who don't believe it. But now that's going to put a lot of doubt in people's minds about the things that Katt Williams has said. So just those allegations alone bring doubt to a lot of these people's minds about a lot of things that Katt Williams has stated over the years.
Hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking in here. Become a member right now. Don't forget. Bam! You see it.
This child
Don't forget what's going on right now. You see it. You get you a $2 raffle right now. Cash App, fam, in the chat. Hit that in the chat. $5 for the hoodie, $2 for the shirt. You already know what it is. Mona, she already got her. Tone, he already got his. Who is going to be this? I want to know who is going to be this month. Let's go. Let's get right. Let's get real. Right there. Any color. Signed by your boy Dilla T. Let's act like we know. You see the super chat? Yeah. You see the Cash App? No filters. Let's go.
You and this child migrate. You and this child migrate from Cincinnati, Ohio to California. And I to California and I come to my home, I find my two users, my two child abusers, are playing house together. When I find my brother and my cousin, two people who abused me as a child, are playing house together and got a pretend child. How long does it take that child to enter the world of mental turmoil when they get old enough to realize the person they thought was their daddy is technically their cousin?
When he said messing with you, what did he do?
A grown man abused me.
Sexually?
How long can you hold on to it? Seeing the person that did it on fucking TV, in movies.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks.
Here it goes. So here's the thing, because I just wanted to dispel that rumor. And, you know, pulling a background report on Katt Williams is really easy to identify who his siblings are. That's the easiest thing in the book. Now, the nature of their relationship, of course, siblings do have issues. One is more famous than the other. And so you can say, you know, there's a clout chase here. I mean, whatever it is you want to say, you're allowed to say it. You know, I don't care. I don't block y'all. I don't argue with y'all. The wino is always right. Y'all are the customers. I'm not finna play with y'all. I'll stay how I feel and be like, y'all ain't finna. But at the end of the day, you're going to think what you want to think. You know what I'm saying? And I know there was a lot of people announcing, I'm a follower, this is it. And no cat slander allowed. We talking about kitty cat slander? Oh, who we talking about? You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, it's like, you know, I've had so many calls. I'm telling you, today I was on the phone. It was like me and several bloggers. And the amount of information that we're getting daily, I don't think y'all are ready for this. Just like, y'all. Here's what I'm gonna say, is that, you know, I don't have any intention, like these stories, I do not go looking for these stories. They come to me and they have to have some credibility to them in order to make it to my platform. Now, do we take questions? Absolutely. You know, but when it comes to things that are a reputational risk, you know, we don't play with nobody like that. Like I said, we were fans of Katt. Because there are people that are contacting bloggers that don't even know Steve with similar information. So how are these people? You. And so, like, you know, I do ask you guys to just, you don't have to believe it. I don't want you to believe it, but, you know, just put it in the back of your mind like you always do, you know? Like you did to Gina, like you did the R. Kelly stuff. Like, just put it in the back of your mind, hold it there for a rainy day. And when you need to come back and pull some shit, to put some shit together, then you can be like, okay, I see it here. You know what I'm saying? And so I just want to say this, and like I said yesterday on Shoot Your Shot, confusion, and you know, I'm not a Christian, but I do believe in truth. I believe in God, okay? But I'm not a Christian. Here's the thing. There are several scriptures in the Bible that I've read. I grew up under the Baptist church and everything like that. And there's one scripture in particular that, and I can't remember the scripture, so my preachers and my pastors, my bishops, my first ladies in the chat, my Bible readers, okay? The devil is the author of confusion. You ever heard that before? The devil is the author of confusion?
Okay, so let's help you out right quick for fam. Okay. So, you gotta understand something, fam. This is what happens in confusion. This is how confusion starts right here. When a person says that, I believe in God, but I'm not Christian, or you believe certain scriptures out of the Bible, but you're not Christian. It becomes a conflict of interest because now, you mislead people on how to accept the role of believing in God, believing in Jesus, and being an actual Christian. Because now you separate title from belief, is what you do right there. That's what just happened right there. She just said, I'm not a Christian, but I believe in God. And it's like, okay, well, what God is you believing in? Because there has to be a God. What God do you believe in? But yet you just pulled from the Bible. So let's get right in here right quick, fam. Tasha K, that's what I be talking about confusion and having a following, but yet you would say something like that within itself makes no sense whatsoever. Because if you say you believe in God, then we're going to ask you what God. And then you're going to say that God, and then you're going to ask, did he write the Bible? Or what God do you believe in? And what did he write? And what scriptures are you pulling from to say what your title is and the God you believe in? Because you said you believe in God, but you're not a Christian. So you believe in God, then what are you? So that makes you further have to ask, what God do you believe in? Because there definitely is a title and a position for your belief. Just like there's a job assigned to you for what you believe in. There's a duty that comes with that. So there's no way. And then you pulled from the word of God. But you believe in God, but you're not a Christian. So Christians believe in the word of God, by the way. And you just said you believe in God, but you're not a Christian, but yet you pulled from the word of God. This is how they mislead you from Jesus or God, the Father, Holy Spirit, the God you believe in. You, the God you believe in. This is how they mislead. Because you say, I believe in God, but then you say, I'm not a Christian, but then you come back in and say, but ain't there a word of God that I believe in? This is the definition of a broad way to hell and a pathway to heaven, because you got people like that confuse other people about what you should be having a title, even though you believe in a God. Don't say you're not a Christian, but yet you walking in Christian waters. But you believe certain stuff of a Christian. You believe certain stuff of a Muslim. You believe certain stuff of atheists. You believe certain stuff of Judah. You believe certain... Stand on what you believe in. You don't get to pull from everybody's religion and then say, I believe in God. But then when you want to back up something that you having an argument about, you're going to pull from the Quran? Because you just pulled from the word of God. That's what I'm saying, fam. You can't be like, I believe in God, but you pulling from the word of God, but you're not a Christian, but you pulling from the word of God. Now you finna pull from the Quran, but you're not a Muslim. But now you finna pull from... You get what I'm saying here, fam? This is confusion at its finest. Because now they making you think that you can pull from every religion and belief, but yet have no title and position of standing on who you stand with. That's what this is. So when people say, oh man, I love Tasha K, or oh man, I love Candace Owens, they are misleading these people that love them. Say it again, Tanya Robinson. You got to know what you stand for, because if you don't, you'll fall for anything. We know we stand for no filters. Here with my family, we stand for we cooking. We stand for hitting that like button, subscribing, and becoming a member. We stand for cooking. We stand for calling a duck. We stand for knowing that we standing on business. We don't pull from this religion, pull from that religion, pull from this religion, and just tell you I believe in God, but I'm not a Christian. I believe in God, but I'm not a Muslim. I believe in God, but I'm not atheist. I believe in God, but I'm not. What are you? If you believe in God. Who are you if you believe in God? You don't get to have it like that. You don't get to tell somebody, I believe in God, but I ain't no Christian. I believe in God, but I can just pull from the Bible when I want. I don't believe in the whole Bible, but I'll pull out a verse out of there when I want to. But I ain't a Christian, but I believe in God. How would you feel if God did you like that? Oh. Say it again for the people in the back. How would you feel if he did you like that? Wow. Oh, he did you like, oh, my bad. I believe in Ruth. But yeah, I ain't Ruth fam. Yeah, we ain't fam though, but I believe in Ruth, but we ain't fam. Yeah, Ruth cool, but you know, we only go so far. Yeah, we know Ruth, but we don't believe in Ruth. Ruth who? Oh, I heard of it, but I don't really know. God will lead you right where you want to be. You don't know him, he don't know you. What we talking about here? You better hear me. Don't be that. It don't feel good to be talking about you believe in God, but you're not a Christian, but you want to pull from his Bible. What that sound like? That's like you don't believe in Dealatofficial, no filters, but yet you want to come in here and pull from our show. You want to pull from our house. You want to pull from the messages we come with each and every day. But you don't believe in me. But you're not a family member. But you believe in no filters, but you're not a family member. You see how sad that is? You believe in me, but you're not a family member. You believe in me, but you're really not with me. Sad day for those that'll be in a position like that. Because that girl said, I believe in God, but I ain't no Christian. But don't it say something in the Bible about the devil is the author of confusion? Oh, so you believe that? And it's funny how when some go down in the world, everybody calling on God. Now you a Christian, ain't you, when it go down? When the world about to be bombed and something happened wrong, or somebody about to turn Tasha K life upside down, now she a Christian. Now you a Christian. Because now you ain't calling on nobody but God. Now you yelling out Jesus. You better shut up in here. Don't let nobody confuse you. Don't let nobody mislead you. Make your own decisions. Stand on your own business. You want to go bad, be bad. You want to go good, be good. But stand on it, whatever you do. Because it's a process at the end of the day. That's a real thing. Because I'm going to tell you something too. And let me tell you something about reading the Bible. See, you don't understand. See, with the Bible, because you got to understand something. You just can't read the Bible with these eyes, with this way of your living, with this way of how you do. Because there's a spiritual eye that has to be open to receive. You can read the Bible, but you have to receive the messages that come through it. And the same self, the same person that rejects the Bible will have to find themselves accepting the Bible by opening up their spiritual eye. Because there's no way that you're going to accept the Bible as you do accept everything else that's pollution. Hear me again. Let me say that again for the people in the back. The polluted self takes a moment to read the Bible and process it, to actually receive it. You find yourself having to become into a spiritual place and a spiritual awakening for you to receive the message that's being given to you. So it's a difference. You just ain't walk into that thing and be like, oh, I got it. I get it. Oh, David did. Okay, John did. Okay, Timothy did. And then in Genesis, it was this. And then in Leviticus, it did this. And then, okay, well, in Deuteronomy, this what happened. Well, in 1st and 2nd King, this is, you ain't going to get it. You better need direction. And you better understand how many people done touched the Bible over so many decades. So much time then went by. The Bible is not what it was. It's not what it seemed. It's been altered. Things have been taken out. The book of Eli, the book of what else? What is that other book? It's a couple books been taken out. It's some removals been removed. You better hear me now. Hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking. Become a member right now. Enoch. The book of Enoch even been taken out of there. Hear me. So understand what you talk when you talk before you start talking. Because when people say they believe in God, but they not this, but they try to take from it and don't even know that the Bible even missing books, is deeper than this. Hit that like button, subscribe, family, become a member today. It matters, it's worth it. Trust me, it matters, it's worth it. Why? Because we cooking.
What they say? The devil lives in confusion. And they create confusion. That's why idle mind is the devil's
Lori in the building, where you been, Lori?
We raise your sad coffee. Sonic's $2.99 salted caramel toffee iced coffee.
Get the viral L'Oreal Paris Infallible Setting Spray. It's transfer resistant, water resistant, and 36-hour wear. Get it now.
This is why I switched to weight loss by Hims. Lost Hims.
And I do want to say this, that when you watch this interview, what they say? The devil lives in confusion. And they create confusion. That's why idle mind is the devil's playground, because you're confused. And I do want to say this, that when you watch this interview tonight, it's going to piss you off. I'm not even going to fucking gap, okay? It's going to piss you off. You're going to be mad at him. You're going to be mad at somebody. Because it's going to rattle your nerves in ways that you may even turn off the interview. I don't know. I just know that when I tell you to just keep your mind open, if it's a lie, it's a lie. But when things start to unravel over the next couple of months from multiple bloggers, it's not just me, okay? So it's not just me. Steve is his brother. Steve is his baby brother. Steve has a story. Steve was courageous enough to finally come out
Hit that like button, subscribe, we cook it.
There was a man on Katt's team that was unalived by Katt's bodyguard. His name was Reggie Carroll. And I know there was video footage put out that, Reggie Carroll somehow was waving a gun on camera. But my thing is, if this was in fact self-defense, which Reggie's body was found, he was an employee of Katt on Katt's property that Katt rented in his company's name, and his body was found days later. And I don't talk about this, but I do have to, when people get wronged in ways, it's kind of like you gotta say something. Because if not, things get better. And the issue that we have here is that if it was truly self-defense, why wasn't the police called when it went down? Hey, there's a man outside with a gun. Why was he found the next day or the days after and he was shot by your bodyguard? That works for you. And Reggie works for you. And as a boss, you as the employer, and you've known for a long time, why haven't you as the boss said condolences to my friend, my fellow comedian, Reggie Carroll? There's a lot of people that are angry about Reggie. A lot. And it's kind of like, wrong one. And, shout out to Katt's brother for reaching out and for correcting some information that we had gotten. But I do want to tell you, and I'm going to end with this. The devil is the author of confusion. And when I sit here and tell you with everything in me that out of everything that I've gotten on these celebrities, Diddy, according to his own team, is better than him. Kevin Hart is better than him. Jet D is better than him. Harvey Weinstein is better than him. Bill Cosby is better than him. Corey Holcomb is better than him. This is, when I tell you, you can say, oh, this is a conspiracy, that big people are angry. And it's like, who was angry? Because I don't remember him coming at no white people. He only came at his fellow black comedians that have worked hard. And yeah, they may have done drugs and cheated on their wives and stuff like that. But the things that are, when there's a dead comedian that was loved by all the comedians, and there's some adopted kids. I just want you to hold this. There's 7 adopted kids. How ethnic is? Before we get over to TashaKLive.com, in 2 minutes this interview is going to be live. Have you seen Katt Williams' adopted kids? Angelina Jolie showed her adopted kids. Madonna shows off her adopted kids. Michael Jackson showed his tattoo babies. Where are the 7 adopted kids? Where are they? You never seen them. But I'm here to tell you, you have seen them. They were right there the whole time and you never knew. And when I tell you guys, listen, and it's not just me, so they, oh, it's only coming from Tasha. No. No, this is from the people. People say, oh, be careful. Guys, I give you, without without further ado, we're going to go ahead and end this interview and head over to TashaKLive.com. Katt Williams, baby brother. This is just opening the door, and you guys got to walk through it, okay?
You got people who don't. But now, that's going to put a lot of doubt in people's minds about the things that Katt Williams has said. So just those allegations alone bring doubt.
Build, shop, buy. You can do it 100% online. That's Jim Butler Kia's Fast Pass, the fastest way to buy your next new Kia, and of course, get our low price guarantee and carefree buying experience. Shop the #1 Kia dealer in Missouri at STL Kia Fast Pass.
Hit that like button, subscribe, family. We cooking in
Are
here.
you wearing 7 layers and still freezing your man nipples? You need the new 340 ESM.
That kind of time frame anyways. Police arrived on scene very quickly. When they got there, there were 2 people. You had Traynell Williams and Reggie Carroll. So we have our shooter and our victim. They were both there. The police immediately kind of quartered them off to where they could make room to give aid or make life-saving attempts for Mr. Carroll. Quite frankly, at that point, he had already received multiple wounds. But as a matter of course, the police did every reasonable effort to try to. Mr. Carroll was transported to the hospital where they could continue to try to help. At some point in the process, Ms. Carroll succumbed to injuries. While that was going on, the investigation began.
Good night, Mona. You know it's love.
The ordinary expects an investigation to take pictures, gather evidence, talk to people that may have knowledge of anything related to this, and ultimately they developed Traynell Williams as a suspect. They believed through their diligent and thorough efforts that a probable cause existed for an arrest warrant. An arrest warrant was signed by Judge, and Mr. Williams was taken into custody the same night.
And I think that goes to once again, to the weakness of this entire case. First and foremost, I want to say rest in peace to Mr. Carroll. I send my condolences to him and his family and his loved ones. This whole incident is weird. And I mean, it's kind of what we built this channel around. All the coincidences that tend to happen in this world,
you know what it is.
I remember when Katt Williams first went viral, I saw all of the red flags that I noticed in that interview, and I was one of the very few people I heard and seen speak out about all the red flags. Because remember, a lot of people was praising Katt for exposing a lot of stuff that he exposed, even though Katt Williams did a lot of lying in that interview as well, that we're going to get to in just a sec. One of the things I said was pay attention to Katt Williams, because either his career is going to really take off, his career is going to really plummet, or something tragic is probably going to happen in his life. And I was hoping I was wrong. I said it on this channel multiple times. I hope I'm wrong about that. But that's just typically how it works if you expose things. But if you look at Katt Williams' career, especially since that interview, things have only went great for him. He's had a Netflix special. He was named Man of the Year by GQ. All the major outlets covered his story, which is typically what doesn't happen when you talk about the type of stuff that Katt Williams was talking about, right? When you look at a channel like mine, my channel, but not just mine, so you all don't think I'm biased, other channels that are similar to mine, we should have, 2, 3, 4 million subscribers, hundreds of millions of views. You know why? Because we expose what really go on in Hollywood, in the world. The spiritual warfare that's taking place and how they trick people and how they're raging against the people, and a lot of people can't see it for what it is. But if you notice, a lot of content like mine is suppressed. Meanwhile, Shannon Sharpe and Katt Williams interview goes viral. Why do I think that is? Because I believe Katt Williams is controlled opposition. Of course, the same way I think Kanye is. And a lot of these other folks. Not to mention, it's also very suspicious when you look at Shannon Sharpe's career since the viral interview. He's seen spikes in some of the highest points that he's seen in his media career on ESPN, and his podcast being the biggest that it's ever been. Then all of a sudden, the lawsuits came towards his way. And then we saw sort of the partial downfall of Shannon Sharpe. Could this be the same thing that's happening to Katt Williams? The other things where we delve a little bit deeper into Shannon Sharpe's career that we've been covering on Patreon. All of this seems to be a little bit tied together. It's not going to be my first time saying this about Katt Williams, but I'll remind you all of all the red flags that I saw in this interview. First of all, in the interview, he said that there's God's side and then there's the other side. We don't care nothing about the other side. Katt Williams, not judgmental, but I'm just being factual here. When I look at your career, tell me what.
See that? What I'm talking about? What do you say? He's talking about that's God's side, and then that's the other side, and then that's whoever's side, and then nobody care about the other side. We just gonna be going through it because all the guys with the big between the legs is gonna get exposed this year, and all this, that, and the other. That's what he said. And he said in the same way as if he knew what was going to happen. And like I said, this year, every man, every person, every thought that we was thinking, Katt said, it happened already. You get what I'm saying? That's what has come about. Hit that like button, subscribe, and cooking and heard. Why? Because we cooking. Become a member right now.
It's God, that of God. A pimp named Slickback, the Pimp Chronicles stand-up series. You have, you played a pimp in Friday After Next, and all the other funny roles.
We need to know for Friday.
They're hilarious, but nothing about them are virtuous. There's nothing virtuous about being a pimp. There's nothing godly about being a pimp. There are other versions of selling your soul outside of wearing a dress, which, by the way, speaking of wearing a dress, in the interview, he said that he was at a meeting with Martin Lawrence regarding the Big Mama House series. During that interview, Martin Lawrence and I guess his team offered Katt Williams an opportunity to wear a dress alongside Martin Lawrence. He claimed that he turned it down. But what a lot of people didn't catch or seem to remember about this interview was that right after he said that he turned that role down because his morals are far beyond wearing a dress and that's degrading, especially as a black man, he goes to say that he recommended that same role to another black man called Brandon T. Jackson, in which Brandon T. Jackson went on to say that part of his life. But you recommend that role to somebody when you wouldn't even do it because it didn't you.
It's so important to moisturize your lips every day. When lips need moisture, I recommend step patience.
I done had to push it back because fam and them trying to get back in there. You still pushing on that raffle. You feel what I'm saying? Because you get you $1 to $2. Hit it in the super chat. Hit it in the cash app. You hear me? That's the level of what's going on, and that's how I'm coming. I need y'all to see them designs, fam.
And extra confidence.
Feel me?
And extra
Understand that you get your chance even more time. You get time, Theo, to join that raffle, fam. That raffle, you hear me? That $2 raffle. Get you a shirt, any color, signed by your boy Dilla T and fam. Or you get the $5 hoodie joint. You hear me? You can check out the hoodie joints in the post.
Another thing people see,
you feel me? You check out the hoodies in the post. You check out the new joints so you can notice what you get in the raffle. You feel me? So we knowing that that's how the level's going because we still need to announce the September winners. You feel me? So we can move right along to the October. So let's keep the level in. You got to have time. You got more than a little bit of time, you feel me, to win your shirt. The more raffles you get in, the more you in it. So when we do the raffle, your name should pop up, fam. You feel me? It's a real thing. It's a real deal. Tell her Mona. Mona got her shirt. Tone got his shirt. It's real. Hit that like button, subscribe, family, become a member. Because we cooking.
It was there from this interview. Katt Williams said that he was off a $50 million deal 4 times, which I do not believe that. Just stating that for the record. But even if that was true, he said that he had a role with Harvey Weinstein. And Harvey Weinstein, in front of his entire team,
definitely like he won.
In front of his whole team, he did this. He made this offer. Katt Williams said he turned it down. But then, right after that, he showed up to the movie role or to the shooting scene or whatever for the show or movie he was working with Harvey Weinstein on. And then he noticed that there was other black men there. So he was like, oh, so what did y'all have to do? I told him no. What did y'all have to do? First and foremost, what would make you think that they had to do something in order to get the... Because if you turned down the role, if you turned down this disgusting act, but still was able to perform your role, what would you think that they had to do? But that aside, if a man offered you that or came at you and played as a heterosexual man, one, why would you still want to work with a guy? Why would you not
people, fam, my people.
Why is it just not out now? Another thing, he said him and Ludacris showed up to a meeting that was something like an Illuminati meeting. It's something like an Illuminati meeting. And one of them was offered X amount of millions of dollars, I forget the number, if they agreed to cut their hair off. One of them accepted it, one of them turned it down. He said Ludacris accepted it because Ludacris cut his long hair, and now Ludacris is in the Fast and Furious series. What were you doing that's like an Illuminati meeting?
Damn.
I thought you were supposed to be different, bro. Katt Williams was also...
Now, trip off this. I ain't gonna lie, trip off this. How blatantly he was able to tell us that. I ain't lying. How blatantly, fam? How blatantly he was able to tell us that they was in a room and two people took this. Come on, I told y'all they sent him. Hit that like button, subscribe right now. I told you they sent him. Hold up real quick. Theo! My fault, fam. It ain't even like that. You know it's love. We thought it was all solid. You know what I'm saying? If I say it ain't even like that, you know you fam. We gonna get it right, Theo, for you, fam. We got you. We got you.
Even raving and bragging on Dave Chappelle. Despite that, and failing to mention that they are direct wet multiple times, just like Kevin Hart did. I think personally, everything I personally believe that what Katt Williams said about Kevin Hart is true. But I also believe he was disingenuous, but not by now also mentioning the fact that he should put more address. I'm just saying, man, Katt Williams in this interview says that the biggest role of a celebrity who sold their soul is to act like they didn't sell their soul. Y'all remember that? Well, that's what I kind of feel like Katt Williams is doing right now. Because
don't try to get his shirt, bro.
What associate of his. And the fact that this man has
take his shirt.
The fact that this man has not sent any condolences publicly, whether it be him, publicist. I understand that Katt Williams being a publicist, but somebody did something, bro. But instead, you crickets. Katt Williams goes his entire career in his stand-up.
Really terrible.
Talking about, the things that he is, at these freak-offs and at these parties. He hadn't been to Hollywood too long. And in other interviews, he's talking about how he's against the Illuminati. He comes in this Shannon Sharpe interview and supposedly exposes anybody as if Katt Williams is not controlled opposition himself. The first thing we should talk about is a chain that Katt Williams was wearing. This is a common thing you will notice in Hollywood. Yeah. Whenever somebody is supposed to be exposing something, or maybe they're upset and they're going to another person, a lot of it is marketing and a lot of it is telling on themselves right there in their face. Not only the things that I just listed that Katt Williams said himself in the interview that I think gave him away.
Go fight for that shirt.
The same agenda that he claims to be against. But look at the change it's wearing. Whoa, up to this point, I had never seen him wear. Why was this interview one of the first major interviews he wears this chain to? And then that interview happens viral. A lot of people had a lot of speculations about what the chain mean. I don't fully know myself. Just doing research, it does look like a
fight for the no filters we ain't playing.
I'm gonna tell you what I did find. Katt Williams actually told us himself what this shape stands for, claiming that it is inspiration behind the Anunnakis, which is supposedly this story about this alien who created the human race to work and be slaves to them, things of that sort. Which is all things that Joe Carson is definitely known for popularizing. All those things are anti-Bible, anti-Christian.
This is what the Anunnaki said. This is how you know that these are not made up things from people's imagination, because everything is too factual. Like this necklace, right?
Tone in the building, t-shirt champion coming in. I see you, fam. How you be? Appreciate you pulling up, fam.
I just try to find the answers to things. So I ship wheel. I designed this because this is that thing that you see that all the Anunnaki guys.
You know it's real, Theo. It's nothing but love, fam.
And they always have it. You're always trying to see what that is.
You know it, family.
It is a time.
We got you, man.
It's a compass. It's a timekeeping compass.
That's what that is?
Yeah.
So why would you be wearing a chain like this? Katt Williams, why would you have an owl tattooed under your bottom lip? What is that owl supposed to represent? And I'm going to believe that this owl is similar to why Drake has an owl as well as his logo, because it has nothing to do with his life. Drake had an owl, allegedly. The same reason why Katt Williams got it tattooed under his lip. As we talked about the Bohemian Grove, we talked about the fall and how people how they, mock the rituals and these sacrifices at the Bohemian Grove, allegedly, which is very similar to what Young Thug currently doing. I'm not gonna talking in the next video, because Young Thug is in there while also telling on himself in time with pain that swing and
BBL Drake.
But that's for another video. Why does Katt Williams have one eye syndrome? Pictures just like all these other celebrities. Why is Katt Williams not being canceled for talking about all the things that he talked about? Because being honest, what's happened, that being a person that's closely affiliated with any other celebrity, especially a black celebrity, if that happened to anybody else in Hollywood, if it happened before Katt Williams' interview with Shannon Sharp, Katt Williams probably wouldn't have interview and it to some sort of sacrifice or it being tied to something in Hollywood. So now you're leading people to think the same thing is happening with you, bro, because you're saying nothing. And this is a real person who lost his life on your property, whether you was there or not. I got a question, bro. You got people something about the situation. You got people in Baltimore, goons out of Baltimore, saying that he's banned. That being Katt Williams is banned until he gives some sort of believable explanation to explain what the heck took place. I'm just saying, man. Y'all in the comment section, though. Y'all in the comment section, give me your thoughts. Let me know what you think. But as always, I've always side-eyed Katt as I pretty much try to come to Hollywood out of your mouth. If you're still a part of the circus, if you're still a part of the show, then I'm going to assume that you're one of the.
They say Katt go get set on fire. Gasoline draws on him.
I go by Didi. Until next time.
Boy, this crazy work. You hear me? Boy, let me tell you something right now. That boy know he was getting cooked from the jump when it started off because of the way it came about. You feel me? Let's get into this here, and we're gonna break it down from there, and we all gonna dismiss. Let's go, fam.
This child migrated from Cincinnati, Ohio to California. When I arrived to California and come to my brother's home, I find my two abusers, my two childhood abusers, are playing house together.
BBL Nene.
When I find out my cousin, two people who abused me as a child are playing house together and got a pretend child. How long does it take that child to enter the world of mental turmoil when they get old enough to realize the person they thought was their daddy is technically their cousin?
When he say messing with you, what did he do?
I'm a grown man saying a man abused me.
Sexually?
How long can you hold on to it? Seeing the person that did it on fucking TV, in movies.
You ain't lying. That's how you know it's weighing heavy on his head. Whatever he talking about weighing heavy on his head, the boy had way more than his body. You got what I'm saying? Boy about to tip over. If he even nod, if he nod and say, yeah, you right, like, yep, he gonna fall. You hear? If he just say like, what you say? Yeah, but you hear? He gonna have to catch himself, cause if he nods wrong, he gonna fall. That heavy? Boy, wait in there. Boy, smuggling drugs in his hat. You hear me? But real life, what's crazy is there ain't no way that man just said in this thing here that man talking about he walked in and somebody that he thought that is his daddy is really his cousin. What? This the level of Katt Williams family talking about. This is brother. Oh yeah, this is brother. You ain't heard the man hat was so heavy on my brain, was weighing heavy on me too. It ain't even on me. It was just the thought of it, just weighing heavy. I couldn't even hear what he was saying, but I heard that part. You hear me? Oh, hit this again.
You and this child migrate from Cincinnati, Ohio.
That boy nod. It just let him nod. He just
I arrived
to California. Oh God.
And I come to my brother's home. I find my two abusers, my two childhood abusers, are playing house together. When I find out my brother and my cousin, two people who abused me as a child, are playing house together and got a pretend child. How long does it take that child to to enter the world of mental turmoil. When they get old enough to realize the person they thought was their daddy is technically their cousin.
When he say messing with you, what did he do?
I'm a grown man saying a man abused me.
Yeah, it's about Katt.
Sexually?
How long can you hold on to it? Seeing the person that did it on fucking TV.
Let's do it. Cause the boy glasses got to be an extra large. Just the whole, you gotta understand, it's a lot going on there. There's a lot going on in there that's holding that hat on his head.
Thanks to the stylish hotel on
that head, that hair.
even Giants fans are loving
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a lot going on that head. You hear me?
Just here.
But this was really the problem right here, Tom. We're gonna tell it right now. Katt Williams, man. Yeah, he in a situation. And it's coming out that his brother talking about him and his family them had a lot to do with the fact that how he was moving and back in them days. Talking about that boy was dealing with some children, some underage situations. And that his family was getting paid off just to be quiet. All I want to know why now? Why now? Why the brother coming out now? Why now? You get what I'm saying, fam? Because just like Nene said, it's a lot to unfold. Literally a lot to unfold. Because I'm sure that hat unfold like voila. You probably get that boy got a rabbit in his hat. You hear me? You got the trick. Da 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 da. Literally. That's what's in there. I'm saying boy got a rabbit in there. But listen to me right now. Hear me? Why now? Why is the man now coming out with the all of a sudden right now? Why now? So that's why I'm saying I knew Katt was already signed up with them people, Tone. He been signed up with them people because he told y'all back then. He said, hey, somebody trying to kill me out here. He said in an interview, all the comedians got to wear dresses. He went down the line talking about these people for years, just going in on them. And he in movies. He doing stand-up comedy tours, all type of stuff. There's no way you get to do that without being involved with them people, boy. What you talking about? What? And then when he got involved with them and said he ain't dealing with them no more, all of a sudden, he done got 4-5 cases. He done got charged for 4-5 situations, but he never did time. You understand, Tone? He never did time for any of those situations that they put on him. So the big thing is that that's the whole point of knowing that how things have went down, because we talking about he never got time. So I knew he was with them people, and then when he come against them people tried to chastise that boy and tell that boy, hey, don't keep playing with us. We'll lock you up as many times as we need to, but he ain't do no time. So I knew he was dealing with them people. But then all of a sudden you go on Shannon Sharp and you say, hey, the world is about to change. And everybody that's bad is about to get exposed. And all these guys out here that want to be extra this and take advantage of all of these people and harass men, they all about to get exposed. And just like he said it, Diddy, Tyler Perry, Fat Joe, Jay-Z, Kanye West, Tyler Perry manager. We can keep going down the list. Everybody we've been cooking for months, all of a sudden came out, and that's what happened. So like I told fam, the process he in now is, oh, he being humiliated now. Because his first process was either being put into a position, and then all of a sudden he got all these Netflix series. How you got all these Netflix series, but you over there talking about them people with your life on the line? But you got all these Netflix series and all these world tours going on like ain't nothing else going on or happening. Yeah, he been one of them. That's why I told you he gonna get cooked too. He don't get no pass. That man been one of them, and when he was one of them and he exposed them and said what they was doing and how bad they was. And then all of a sudden he got in line, and now he's still with them and living his life. And now we talking about this guy, this comedian, Carol comedian guy got killed on tour with him, and his body found with his bodyguard gun, but his body found days later. This a duck, period. What are we talking about? So ain't no way we don't think that we know, and ain't no way we don't know what we think about Katt Williams. It's just the fact that every time somebody coming out now so strongly, boldly, just like Charlie Kirk getting hit in the head or in the neck, just boldly coming out to us, to the public, it says a lot for what's to come. Because they preparing your eyes and your ears for something you about to see that you probably ain't gonna believe. But the fact that all of this keeps going on in the way that it's going on, in the manner that it's going on in, and the fact that Katt Williams came out on Shannon Sharpe and told us all what was about to happen. How long ago was that interview? Somebody tell me right now. How long ago was that interview with Shannon Sharpe and Katt Williams? I'll wait. How long was the interview ago of Shannon Sharpe and Katt Williams? So if you actually think exactly of what that time was, that's how they operate. That's how they operate. That's the point I'm trying to make. It hasn't been a whole year. Even if it was last year, it still hasn't been a whole year. That's what I'm trying to tell you. When was that interview? Because the timing of that interview determines the timing of his humiliation ritual or the determination of his reward from his ritual. So you have to look at the timing on when it was done, put out there, and now him benefiting, and now him being humiliated, talking about his brothers, talking about sexual harassment, abuse, assault, stuff of that nature with minors. So if we're talking about January 2024, and Ruth saying last year, that's how they operate, fam. You get that timing. Because you think about it, you will never remember really what Katt Williams said until something like this comes up. And the fact that this came up, now we have to go back and say, wow, he told us this in the interview. And then from that interview, how was he able to land Netflix series stand-up world tour comedy shows? If he's talking about the elite, if he's talking about people like P. Diddy, that's gatekeepers, if he's talking about the powers that be that runs the industry and the world, there is no way he gonna be able to still be living and be doing no worldwide Netflix comedy stand-up tours where he's the headliner for each one. Hear me today. So he been connected, gonna be connected, and it's gonna stay connected. I just want you, my family, to know this is how they operate. And it had all of us fooled, thinking that he just came out and was being Katt Williams, speaking up, talking all that talk, just like Kanye West. See, we got used to Kanye talking all crazy, coming out saying this and that. But when we start figuring out Kanye telling the truth, and now we know that, yeah, he telling the truth, but he's still with them people. So while he coming out trying to distract us, telling us everything about everybody, sacrificing family members and all that, that boy went crazy. He's still living. He's still walking around. And he still claim and stand for the process that he signed up for. He's still here. Even after saying the worst of the worst, he is still here. So again, family, what's the process? Because now we know what the process is. They are here to tell us right in our face what they're doing and how they're doing it. and how they gonna do it. And they using the people you love. They using the people you like. They using the people you admire. They using the people you idolize. The people you see as an icon in your life. They are using those people to tell you what's finna happen today and tomorrow. And we sit there and say, oh my God. But them people are put in place to tell us what to do or what's going on. And Katt Williams was another one that did it. And now I can't look at Katt the same way. Now I can't support Katt Williams. Now I can't go look at this. Go look at that. I can't go none of that. Because Katt Williams signed up with them same people that want you and me not to be here tomorrow. You understand me? So when everybody done talking about they love Katt and all this Katt and all this whatever, quack, quack. It's a duck. Your favorite comedian, a duck. I'm sorry. You mad? Your favorite comedian, a duck. Let it go. Your duck comedian wants you and your kids to not be here tomorrow. Your duck comedian is okay with the elite and whatever they tell them to do, to tell us to do, to tell to us. And we the ones that came up in the hood, like he came up in the hood. We the ones that went through everything, all of that EBT. We've been through it too. But then this person get money, get up, and then all of a sudden come right against the same people that he grew up with in his life. That's what they doing. That's what we looking at. And that's why we got to know each and every Monday, as always, Monday through Friday, fam, 9 p.m. It don't get no better. It don't get no worse. You only get to do it because God wake you up each and every morning. It's 9 p.m. It's Monday through Friday. It's here with your boy Dilla T and my family here at No Filters. Trust me when I tell you, become a member. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Double tap that screen right now. You feel me? It's a chance for you to do it. You only get a chance for what they giving us, but you better know what I'm telling you now. You get a chance every day to hit that like button, subscribe, become a member. You hear me? Of one of the greatest families on earth. And that is here with your boy, Dilla T, and my family here at No Filters. As always, fam, you all truly have a peaceful evening. I truly enjoyed you all. I hope you enjoyed me. Have an amazing night. Be safe. Keep that hammer to your waist. Leave them over there if you got to. As always, family, good night. You all have a great evening. Be safe. Tomorrow.